The purchase price escalation addendum is a document you might use working with a buyer to keep your buyer from missing out on a home that might go slightly over their original offer. It can potentially be a slightly stronger offer, help them if there are other competing offers that they're up against. So what they can do is if they come in and they offer 200,000, they can then say they're willing to come in a certain dollar amount over a higher offer up into a certain amount. So your client could say, we want to offer 200,000, but we don't want to miss this home if it goes, up to 210. So they could say, we're willing to go 1,000 over a higher offer. And they would do that here, not to exceed. They could say 210,000, if that's the number we're using as an example. Then they come down and they say, how is this increase in the price going to be covered? So is the loan amount going to remain the same and the buyer is going to pay this increase in cash at the time of settlement? Is the loan amount going to be automatically increased to a certain percentage of the purchase price? Or will the loan amount not exceed a certain dollar amount and the buyer shall pay any amount of increase in the purchase price that's not included in the loan? This then tells the seller what they need to do with the escalation clause or addendum. To execute the offer. They need to provide proof that they have another offer. Complete the next section. Here, this is where the buyer signs. So they say how much they're willing to go over, up to what amount, how that extra amount is going to be covered. They sign. Then we come down to the part of the seller where they say the new price. So if we have that $200,000 offer, willing to go 1,000 over up to 210. Another offer comes in at 205. They could say, okay, because you did the escalation, we're coming back and saying $2,006,000. They can also then come down here and say how much time your client has to respond, because this is a counter offer that they're now sending to your buyer client. So they could say, no later than Friday at 5 p.m. And then the seller would sign. This then comes back to you and your buyer client, where the buyer then has to accept by that date and time that they put up here.